Hey, Coach, we'll get started with questions from Kent. Kent, go ahead.
Yeah, Cheryl, it seems like Connecticut did a really good job of not letting you guys get to kind of where you wanted to be today in terms of getting shots. What was their plan, and what was that? Well, how come it's so difficult to kind of overcome that?
Well, I mean, if you've watched Connecticut at all, you know that defense is where they hang their hat. It's an incredibly athletic starting five, and it's a physical center that they play with, and they physically dominated us. You know, that was the story of the game. Really, at both ends, their pace on offense exceeded our sense of urgency on defense, but they physically dominated us in that game.
I noticed that you went without Damaris and Fee in the fourth. Were you just looking for something to change up, going with people who are kind of?
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea when you're down, almost 20. You search for things. So yeah. So when we make substitution, that's exactly what that means. You're looking for something else that might work.
Danny, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Kind of on that same theme, what did you see from Rachel, Natalie, and Bridget tonight that made you go to them down the stretch?
A couple things. What the players in front of them were not doing gave them opportunities, and you figure it can't be any worse if you play those guys. And I thought they played better. That group played better. The names that you mentioned, the ones that sat, the ones that played behind them played better. And that's what you're searching for. People that are here. There are a lot of players that weren't present for whatever the reason. Give Connecticut credit. Punch us in the mouth. And we had a lot of people that took the punch and never got up.
Leo, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, was there anything that the Lynx provided tonight that you felt like went well? If anything, I mean, granted, yeah, it was a tough loss, but what did you like to see out there, or nothing?
No, I wouldn't say nothing. I mean, with a minute to go, as Connecticut dominated most of the game, you still, you score an out of bounds play and you cut it to 6 with a minute to go. I guess they thought I had a bigger lead. They tried to dunk on us. But we never quit. We kept fighting, even though things weren't going well. One of our best players was a no-show. And so, you just fight. And so that's what I liked, is that, despite not doing things we were characteristically used to doing, we were still hanging in there.
Yeah, you mentioned that dunk attempt, and I just want to follow up. Did you or the team, take that a little bit personally at all, or is it just like, what, they deserve that at that point, or how did you feel about that?
I don't give a shit.
Thank you.
Jack, go ahead.
Hey, Cheryl, it looked like the Sun were really, trying to force that backside rotation in the screen and roll the first 3 quarters, and it felt like something changed in the fourth. What did you see defensively in that fourth quarter that, that you can take with you into Thursday as a positive?
We actually tried to play pick and roll defense, that we actually attempted to avoid a screen and get through it and navigate the screen the way that you're supposed to, which we did not do for the better part of that game. The pace that they ran their stuff, schematically, we did things that, we weren't looking to do. And, but again, give Connecticut credit. I mean, what do you think Connecticut wants to do? It's a home game, and, Minnesota Lynx, we have won 8 in a row. They lost to us last time. They responded exactly like you, right? Like we all thought that they would. I was disappointed that we didn't embrace the difficulty at all.
And then obviously, the numbers don't tell the whole story, but going by the numbers, it pretty much came down to the free throw battle. Just what was it going to take from you guys to get to the foul line more on Thursday night? Well,
One of the strangest stats of the night, that we were 5 of 7 from the line, and Caitlin McBride shot all 7 free throws. No other player on the team was fouled shooting the ball. That's a strange stat. I'm going to have to, watch the video to understand, how we didn't get players at the rim able to get to the foul line. But yeah, I mean, that was a discrepancy that we weren't happy with. But as I told Kurt, I thought that his team played great.
Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we'll get started with questions from Kent. Kent, go ahead.
Hey, so, what was Connecticut able to do, especially early in the game, to kind of keep you guys away from where you like to take your shots?
Just been aggressive. They showed early help in the paint. They crowded the paint very well against me. They didn't let the guards get through to the cuts. So they did everything they were supposed to do today that made it extra hard for us to get to the scoring area.
Was part of that just physical play from their starting five?
Yes, we know Connecticut was going to come out and be ready. They haven't been home in a while. But yeah, we expected that, but we just didn't respond for some odd reason today.
What do you make of that? What is that frustrating, or does that just give you something to work on for Thursday?
It's definitely frustrating, but also it does give you something to work on. We got video tomorrow. Look at the things we didn't do so well, capitalize on things that we did do well, and we move forward.
Danny, go ahead.
Hey, so I was wondering if you could talk a bit about the rebounding battle. Connecticut held y'all below 30 rebounds for just the second time this season. Yeah, what did they do to make you uncomfortable and get you off the block?
I think it was more so of a group effort. I think everybody got in there and crashed. Of course, Jonquel Jones, she do her thing on the boards. She made it tough going after every rebound. So I think they did it collectively as a group.
Leo, go ahead.
So you were banging down low with Jonquel, all game. And so how do you feel physically? I know, obviously you had your hand injury, but after all that, it's not an easy matchup and you get her again. So how do you feel physically? Like what percent?
At this point, you pretty much got to just go. My hand do feel good. Jonquel is a different post player. She's not really a back to the basket player. She'd step out beyond the arc. And so it makes it challenging a little bit, but you got to pick and choose your battle. She wins some, she lose some, and that's how you got to see it. You just can't overthink it.
Absolutely. Thank you. And how do you feel about her dunk attempt today?
I mean, that's Jonquel. I mean, why not? If I had the opportunity, I'd do it too.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Jack, go ahead.
Hey, Sil, it really looked like in the first three quarters that the Sun was really targeting, the backside rotations and the pick and roll when you were being dragged away from the basket.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't seem to be the case in the fourth quarter quite as much. What do you think changed in the fourth quarter? And then maybe what do you guys need to do differently to prevent that on Thursday?
Just being aware and being aggressive. Connecticut didn't let us get anything easy, and I felt like we was kind of on our heels when they was doing their thing, and so they pretty much got any open look they want. But in the fourth quarter, I think we honed in a little bit. We communicated and we locked down a little bit to get some stops, and I think that's the difference between the first three quarters and the last fourth quarter.
And then just in terms of getting into the paint a little bit more on Thursday, what do you think has to be the difference?
All right, no more questions for Sil. Thank you, Sil.
You got
Looks like
frozen
it-
out, Jack.
Yeah, it looks like it froze. Sorry, Jack.
Oh, no worries. I just didn't know if that was on my end or what.
Yeah, we have a frozen.
I'll let Simone know.
Rachel with me. Sorry about that. I thought you guys were done with questions with Sil. We paused on that.
Can you hear us okay, Rach?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get started with Kent. Kent, go ahead.
Yeah, just talk about taking advantage of the opportunity tonight and what you guys brought. I guess Bridget and Natalie brought in the fourth quarter that kind of got things a little squared away.
Yeah, we just trying to bring in energy. Our assistants were like, we need energy off the bench. You guys got to come in and bring something. So we're trying to do the best to do that and just go at them. We weren't being aggressive enough at them, and I think that's what we did better in that fourth quarter was just, who cares, just play, just go at them, get to the hoop. Yeah, so I think that's what we were trying to do there.
What do you think was the reason the Sun were so good at keeping you guys away from the shots you wanted for the first three quarters?
I mean, they just played so much more aggressive than us. They got up in us. They made passes tough. They took away, things that we were trying to get out of our plays. But we have to be able to use that against them too. We got to be able to drive. We got to back cut. we just didn't take advantage of their pressure. We didn't. And that's what they do well, is do that to teams, make teams have to do tough things. And we just didn't respond well with that. So we're definitely going to have to do better with that next game.
Thank you.
Danny, go ahead.
Hey, Rachel. I was wondering, there were a lot of times in this game that it looked like it might be heading towards a blowout. Mentally, how did you and your teammates kind of stay in it and keep fighting until the final buzzer?
I mean, one thing, it's embarrassing. You don't want to come in some place and get beat. You know, like, we've been playing so well. Obviously, we've been on a little streak, but you don't want to come into a gym and get blown out. I know I didn't, especially against, my old team. Love them, but, I don't want that to happen. It's embarrassing. So we just wanted to finish out that game with something, some sort of energy, some sort of momentum going into the next game, knowing what we got to do better. So just using that, you don't want that. You don't want to end on that note. So we were just trying to do our best at the end there.
Theo, go ahead.
Rach, obviously, nothing ever feels good in a loss, but I mean, you look really good out there in the fourth quarter. And so, was there anything about playing back at Connecticut that you feel like allowed you to kind of get your stroke going back well again? Or is it just, you think it would have happened anywhere?
I don't know. I mean, my jumper's been feeling all right. I haven't hit my 3-ball in a little bit, but my jumper's been feeling all right. I love ball screen basketball. So I got to get in a lot of those opportunities in the fourth quarter. So I was just kind of playing free. Felt good. I've been feeling good over the break, been playing well in the ball screen stuff. So I feel like I just kind of displayed that tonight, and got to have the ball in my hands a little bit more. And I was playing the 1, so that also helps too. So yeah, I felt good the whole time, but I think ball screen basketball is always best for me.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, go ahead.
Hey, Rachel, we talked earlier today just about the balance that has been created, from going inside and getting cleaner looks outside. Just what do you think about their defense disrupted that, and what steps can you take as a team to restore that in round 2?
Yeah. Brianna Jones played great defense on Syl. She was physical with her. But what made it really tough is the pressure on the perimeter. We just didn't handle it. And then another thing, too, they weren't really helping off of us guards. They were staying on us. So we had to play drive basketball. We weren't playing drive and kick. There was no kicks that were open unless we got deeper and then got like an extra. But we weren't getting there because we weren't being aggressive. We weren't driving in the first place. We're all kind of just tossing it back and forth to each other and staring at each other. So that made it hard. When we got it into Syl, she got buckets when we were able to get it, but we didn't handle the pressure. And then we weren't aggressive out of it. So we weren't getting the best clean looks because we weren't driving and kicking and getting those things that we normally get. So, man, I hope that, on Thursday we got to turn that around. We got to be better with that.
And then, like you just mentioned, that you love playing ball screen basketball. It just looked like there wasn't until you really came in the fourth quarter. It just looked like nothing was really coming of that. So the only player to shoot free throws tonight was K-Mac. So how do you think that, kind of getting back into that ball screen basketball rhythm can lead to, you guys getting to the free throw line a little bit more?
Yeah, we got to use the screen better. And, also it's both of us. The guards got to use the screen better. We got to set it up. And then the post got to come and hit people. Because with Connecticut, they're going to fight over the top of all those screens, especially with me or Mac. We're shooters. So they're going to fight over. They might hedge Mac a little bit. They hedge me like once. So just be better with being aggressive. Both of us, post and guards, have to be better with that. We didn't do that all game, really, until the very end. So I don't know. We were soft. I'm sure Cheryl said that already, but we were soft in the ball screen offense until the very end.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kent, did you have one more question?
Nope, we're good. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Rach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.